For centuries, they've just stood there, these silent stone giants in the jungles of Central America. You know them, the Maya Stelae. We've always seen them as these incredible calendars and historical records. But what if they were something much, much more? What if there's a secret hidden inside the stone itself?
So, was this just an ancient calendar? Or was it something else entirely? A sophisticated machine? A radical new theory suggests we've really only understood half the story of these amazing artifacts. It kind of reframes the whole thing.
I mean, the traditional view is pretty straightforward, right? These are sacred stones. They were meticulously carved to mark the passing of time, to record the lineage of kings, and to map the movements of the stars. In short, we've always seen them as magnificent, but static records.
Okay, so here you can see the two ideas right next to each other. On one side, you've got the history we've always known, static monoliths, sacred calendars, and on the other, this wild new interpretation, hydraulic regulators, precision water clocks, dynamic machines. It's a huge shift from just being a simple record to being a sophisticated, functioning machine.
And here it is, the core idea straight from the researchers. This one sentence basically turns our entire understanding on its head. It suggests the Maya weren't just brilliant astronomers and artists, which we knew, but that they were also master hydraulic engineers.
So this is the really crucial point here, the shift from passive to active. Think of it like this. It's the difference between a history book that tells you what happened and a clock that is actively measuring this very moment. According to this new theory, these stelae were alive with purpose. Which, of course, is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It just seems impossible. A giant piece of rock that works like a machine? Well, the secret isn't on the surface. It's hidden deep, deep inside the stone itself. So this whole theory really hinges on two key components, ingeniously engineered and totally hidden from view. We're talking about specially carved internal cavities inside the limestone, and these cavities are connected by siphons. These aren't just decorative carvings, they're functional parts of a machine. And for anyone who needs a quick refresher, a siphon is just a wonderfully simple but really powerful piece of physics. It lets you move water in a very precise, very predictable way, and you don't need any moving parts. It's kind of the perfect mechanism for a clock that's designed to last for centuries, right? So just imagine this cycle. Rain, or maybe channeled water, fills an upper chamber. Once it hits a certain level, boom, the siphon kicks in. It starts draining the water at a perfectly controlled rate. As that cycle repeats over and over and over, it becomes a steady, reliable pulse. It becomes a way to measure time. Of course, a claim this big needs some pretty big evidence. And we can't exactly go back in time to watch these things work, so how do you even test a hypothesis about a technology that's thousands of years old? Well, the solution was to build a bridge between the ancient and the modern. Researchers combined everything we know about Maya engineering with the awesome predictive power of 21st century artificial intelligence. They didn't have to rebuild a stela, they built a virtual one. They used these advanced fluid dynamic simulations. I'm talking about the same kind of tech used to design airplanes and race cars. And they could basically pour virtual water into a digital model and just watch what happened. And the result? It worked. The simulations confirmed that the physics completely holds up. The whole system of internal cavities and siphons, it's a totally viable, functional design for a massive, long-lasting water clock. Their engineering was sound. So that brings us to the biggest question of all. Why? Why go to all this trouble? Why build something so monumental, so complex, and so hidden, all just to keep time? Because for the Maya, time wasn't just about seconds and minutes. It was about survival. A precise clock let them perfectly synchronize their entire society. Everything from religious rituals to the critical timing of planting and harvesting crops with the predictable rhythms of the cosmos. The research puts it so beautifully. It suggests this wasn't just a practical tool, but a philosophical one too. It was a way for an entire civilization to feel physically connected to the great, sweeping cycles of the universe. You know, ultimately, this just leaves us with a profound new respect for the Maya. This theory elevates them from being incredible artists and astronomers to master engineers, capable of creating sophisticated, dynamic technology hidden right inside their sacred art. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If we could misunderstand something as iconic as the Stelae for this long,
What other marvels, what other hidden machines are still out there, just waiting for the right tools to come along and reveal their true purpose?